Okay, this is the second part of function operations. Earlier we did function operations where we just added, subtracted, multiplied, and divided. But we didn't do anything with it once we did that. And this, what we're going to do, is we're going to do a function operation, and then we're going to substitute a number into it. So this says f minus g of 4. So what you're going to do is you're going to take f minus g first. This is one way of doing it, and then that's the second way. I've got two methods, and you can choose your method. But we're going to do f of n minus g of n. So f of n is n minus 4. Remember to write your minus sign. Put g of n second. Okay? Then you want to be sure and distribute that negative sign throughout. That's going to change the sign of everything inside here. Then you're going to put like terms together. N minus 3n is negative 2n. And then that negative 4 and positive 4 cancel each other out and become 0. So next, it says a 4. Well, on the previous video, we stopped right here and we didn't add anything to it. But because it says a 4, where you see n, you're going to put a 4. So negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. So your answer is negative 8. Now, that's one way of doing it. That's the first way where you actually do f of g minus g of n. F of n minus g of n. You do that first, and then you substitute the number in. All right. Now, on this method over here, you can actually do f of x, f of 4 first, and plug the number in. Okay, 4 minus 4 is 0. So you can honestly just put the number in, and then put the number into g of n as well. 3 times 4 is 12, minus 4 is 8. Then, what you can do, once you plug the number in, is you can do f minus g. So f was 0, minus 8 is negative 8. So here are my steps. You know, in this one, you're finding f minus g first, then you plug the value in. In this one, you evaluate f of n and g of n first, and then you subtract. So both methods work. Okay, this is h times g of negative 1. Here's method number 1, where you find h times g first. So 2n minus 2 times n squared minus 4n. And all you're doing is taking this part times this one, and this one times this one. And you're doing your math. Okay, I'm not going to go into that because we did that before on the other video. That gives us 2n to the third minus 10n squared plus 8n. And then you substitute in negative 1. So, and use parentheses. So negative 1 to the third power is negative 1. 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. Negative 1 to the second power is positive 1. Negative 10 times positive 1 is negative 10. And then 8 times negative 1 is negative 1. You can honestly put this into the calculator just like you see it here, complete with the exponents in the parentheses, and the calculator will evaluate it for you. That's negative 20. Now the second method, which some of you may find easier, is to put negative 1 into each one of them. So if I put negative 1 here, 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, minus 2 is negative 4. And then when I put in negative 1 for g of n, negative 1 squared minus 4 times negative 1 gives me 5. And you might find it easier to do it this way and go negative 4 times 5 equals negative 20. I honestly find this second method easier, my own self. All right, now this says, the original problem says negative 4g plus 3f of negative 8. So in all honesty, you're putting negative 8, and I did just the second method on this one because it was easier. Negative 8 here, so when I do negative 8, that gives me positive 8. And remember, you're multiplying by negative 4, that gives me negative 32. Then I come down and I do 3 times the function of f, and I put in negative 8 there as well. So when I plug negative 8 in all the way across, that's going to give me 45. And then I multiply by 3, that gives me 135. So then I add the two. So I have negative 32 and positive 135 added together, and that gives me 103. Thank you.